What if the pain in your body is not random? What if the place that hurts is not only flesh and bone, but also a message? What if the spot that aches is the exact place your soul is trying to free you? Many people treat pain like an enemy. They want it gone fast. They want silence. They want relief. And of course, relief matters. The body is real. Doctors matter. Tests matter. Rest matters. Medicine matters. If you have pain, you should take the physical side seriously. But some pain feels like more than a body problem. It feels personal. It feels like it follows you. It feels like it appears when you are tired, sad, grieving, or carrying too much. It feels like it is trying to speak. In the kind of spiritual teaching linked to Edgar Cayce, pain is not always a mistake. Sometimes it is a signal. Sometimes it is a warning bell. Sometimes it is the soul tapping on the body to say, "Look here. Something inside you needs care." Here is a promise for this journey. We will not use pain to blame you. We will not call you weak. We will not say you deserve suffering. We will not turn your illness into a cruel lesson, but we will explore a serious idea. Some pain can be a karmic echo, a spiritual correction, or a soul-chosen route toward healing. And we will say this clearly right now: not all pain is karma, but some pain is the soul meeting itself. Edgar Cayce was called the sleeping prophet. People said he could lie down, fall into a trance-like sleep, and speak with calm certainty. In that state, he gave many readings. Some were about health, but not only health. He often tied the body to the mind, the emotions, and the spirit. His style was not casual. It sounded sure, like a guide teaching a map. Cayce's message, again and again, was that the deepest healing forces are within you. Outside help can support you, but inside alignment matters. In his view, the body is not separate from the soul. The body is a living instrument. It shows what is happening inside. So for this episode, we will use one governing rule. Pain is not always the enemy. Sometimes pain is the alarm bell of misalignment. Misalignment means your life is pulling in two directions. Your outer life may say, "Keep going." Your inner life may say, "Stop." Your mouth may say, "I'm fine." Your heart may say, "I'm not." Your mind may say, "Be strong." Your body may say, "I can't carry this." When misalignment lasts too long, the body can become the loudest voice. Now we need to define karma in a simple way, because this word scares people. Karma, in this view, is not punishment. Karma is not a cosmic judge pointing a finger. Karma is unfinished balance. Karma is cause and effect. Karma is the soul meeting the results of its own attitudes, choices, and patterns. Imagine you throw a stone into a lake. The ripples spread. You cannot unthrow the stone. The water remembers for a while. Karma is like those ripples. It is not a curse, it is motion. It is a lesson still moving. In Cayce-style thinking, karma can also carry across lifetimes. That means some struggles may feel older than your childhood. Some fears may not match your story. Some pain may feel like it began before you did. That does not mean you were bad. It means something in the soul is unfinished and wants harmony. Here is the core thesis we will return to. Physical pain can be the body acting out the soul's attempt to restore harmony, because the soul cannot fully evolve while certain distortions remain hidden. A distortion is like a bent wheel on a cart. The cart can still roll, but it wobbles. Over time, the wobble creates strain. In the soul, distortions can be guilt you never released, grief you never finished, anger you swallowed, fear you learned to live with, or shame that made you hide. These inner states do not vanish when you ignore them. They go deeper, they shape your posture, your breath, your muscles, your sleep, your stress, and your nervous system. They become a silent background noise. And sometimes, pain is the moment that noise becomes a loud alarm. So how does a spiritual distortion become a physical sensation? Here is a clear logic ladder, step by step, in simple terms. Step 1. A past cause. This could be an action, a choice, a harm, a vow, a misuse, or a long-held attitude. Step 2. A soul imprint. Something remains inside: guilt, fear, pride, resentment, or unresolved grief. Or a promise like, I must never need anyone, or I must always be useful, or I am not safe unless I control everything. Step 3. Energetic congestion. You can call it stuckness. Feelings do not move. Truth does not get spoken. The same life pattern repeats. You keep hitting the same wall. Step 4. Nervous system strain. The body stays on guard. It tenses. It braces. Or it collapses into exhaustion. You may feel wired and tired at the same time. Step 5. The body symptom. Pain becomes the loudest. Language. Here is the key line. The body is not betraying you. It is translating what the soul will not let you ignore anymore. Now we move into 3 karmic pain archetypes. Think of these as 3 faces pain can wear. They are not strict rules. They are windows. You may recognize one or parts of all 3. Archetype 1. Pain as a mirror. A mirror does not hate you. It reflects. It shows you what is happening. Sometimes pain reflects a pattern you keep repeating. Overgiving can turn into burnout. You give and give until the body says, stop, I am empty. Suppressed truth can show up as jaw tension, throat tightness, or neck strain. You bite back words until your muscles hold the bite. Carrying everyone can show up in shoulders and back, as if your body is holding a heavy pack you never put down. Here is the hook line. You keep asking, why me? But the soul asks, what in me? Not to blame you, but to wake you. Archetype 2. Pain as repayment or rebalancing. This is not punishment. It is re-education. The soul may choose limitation. To learn humility, compassion, patience, or restraint. A life that slows you down may undo an old habit of rushing, controlling, or neglecting. A body that demands rest may teach you that worth is not earned by suffering. Rebalancing is not the universe being cruel. It is the soul trying to return. To center, archetype 3. Pain as initiation. Initiation means a doorway. Pain can appear before a spiritual upgrade. It can become a dark night of the body that forces surrender, prayer, forgiveness, and change. It may push you to search for meaning, to build a spiritual practice, and to turn inward in a new way. If you are still here, your soul may be asking the next question. If my pain is not random, why was it chosen? That is where we go next. Now we enter the soul's contract logic. A contract is an agreement, not written on paper, written in the deeper self. In this view, before a life begins, the soul may see what it needs to learn, what it needs to balance, and what it needs to heal. And sometimes it chooses a path that includes pain, because pain forces attention. This is hard to accept when you are hurting, but it can also be comforting. It can turn fear into meaning. It can turn, why is this happening? Into what is this trying to teach me? Here are 4 reasons the soul might choose pain. Listen slowly. Do not rush. Let each reason sit in you like a quiet bell. Reason 1. To stop a dangerous trajectory. Sometimes the soul uses the body to interrupt self-destruction. You may be running too fast, working too hard, living on stress, or staying in a relationship that drains you. You may ignore warning signs. You may tell yourself you can handle it. Then the body says, no. Pain forces you to pause. Pain forces you to rethink. Pain forces you to stop the path that was breaking you. In this way, pain can be a rescue signal. Not because you are being punished, but because something inside you loves you enough to stop you. Reason 2. To repay or restore. Sometimes karma is about balance with another soul. Sometimes it is balance with yourself. Maybe you once used power without kindness, and now you must learn gentleness. Maybe you once rushed past the needs of others, and now you must learn patience. Maybe you once ignored your own inner voice, and now pain makes you listen. Restoring also means repairing how you treat your own body. Some people only learn self-care after they reach a breaking point. Pain can force the lesson. You cannot abandon yourself and stay whole. Reason 3. To awaken purpose. Many people do not search for meaning until something breaks. When life is smooth, we can drift, but pain cracks the shell. It makes you ask bigger questions. Why am I here? What matters now? What is my real mission? Pain can push you toward books you never read, prayers you never spoke, and healing paths you never tried. It can bring you into new communities. It can make you stop living on the surface. And sometimes, through that search, a purpose appears. Reason 4. To transform the heart. Compassion is not only learned in the head, it is forged. When you have suffered, you often become softer. You judge less, you understand more. You can sit with others in grief without trying to fix them. You learn to hold pain with presence instead of fear. That is a sacred change. Now we must say an important nuance, so this teaching stays safe and honest. This does not mean you deserve pain. It does not mean you caused your illness by thinking wrong thoughts. It does not mean you should refuse medical care. You can seek spiritual meaning and still take the physical route seriously. You can pray and also go to the doctor. You can explore the soul and also use medicine. Both can matter. Now we move into the reading room sequence. This should feel like a Cayce-style case file. Without pretending we are Cayce. Imagine a quiet room. The question is simple. Why does this hurt? And the answer comes like a calm report. Not to frighten you, but to guide you. Case file 1. The pain that moves. The symptom is odd. Some days it is the neck. Some days it is the back. Some days it is the hips. It shifts like a restless message. The emotional signature. You feel unsafe even in calm moments. Your body is always bracing, always ready for impact. The karmic theme, fear and control. Maybe long ago you lived through chaos. Maybe you learned survival by staying tense. Maybe you made a vow, I will never be caught off guard again. But the body cannot live in guard mode forever. The spiritual remedy, inner safety. Slow breathing. Gentle prayer. Learning to tell the nervous system, right now in this moment, I am safe. Releasing the old vow. Letting trust return in small steps. Case file 2. The tightness that returns. The symptom. Chest pressure, throat tightness, jaw clenching, stomach knots. You treat it. It fades. Then it comes back. The emotional signature. You hold back your truth. You keep the peace. You avoid conflict. You say, I'm fine, when you are not. The karmic theme. Silence as protection. Maybe you were punished for speaking. Maybe honesty once cost you love. So you trained yourself to swallow. But what is swallowed becomes tension. The spiritual remedy. Gentle truth. Not harsh words, not fights. Just honest expression in safe ways. Journaling, talking to a trusted person. Saying one true sentence you have been afraid to say. Letting the soul breathe through your voice. Case file 3. Heaviness in the shoulders and back. The symptom. It feels like carrying a load. The emotional signature. Responsibility without support. You are the strong one, the helper. The one who holds everyone together. The karmic theme. Over-service mixed with self-erasing. Service can be holy, but service can also become a way to avoid your own needs. You help so you do not have to feel. You carry so you do not have to ask. The spiritual remedy, balance. Learning to receive, learning to rest without guilt, learning to say no, asking for help without shame. Remembering that love is not proven by suffering. Case file 4. Exhaustion that does not lift. The symptom. Not always sharp pain, but deep. Fatigue, like the body is heavy. The emotional signature, grief that never finished. Loss that never had a safe place to move. The karmic theme, love and loss across time. Maybe this life holds a recent loss. Or maybe the soul carries older losses. Older separations, older heartbreaks. The spiritual remedy, permission to feel. Tears are not weakness. Tears are release. Grief is love with nowhere to go. When grief is honored, the body often softens. Now we step out of the reading room and into integration. Because this teaching is not saying, worship pain. It is saying, decode it. Pain is not your identity. Pain is a messenger. When the message is heard, sometimes the messenger can rest. So here are 6 decoder questions. Use them slowly. Write them down if you want. Answer with kindness, not pressure. 1. When did this pain begin, and what changed then? 2. What emotion do I avoid feeling? 3. What truth do I avoid saying? 4. Who do I need to forgive, including myself? 5. What pattern keeps repeating? 6. If my pain had a message, what would it beg me to stop doing? Now we are ready for the closing revelation. If you are listening in grief, illness, or deep exhaustion, I want to speak to you with respect. You are not weak because you hurt. You are not broken because you feel pain. And you are not alone, even if no one around you understands. In this kind of spiritual view, pain is not always the end of the story. Sometimes it is the start of a deeper chapter. Sometimes it is the moment your soul asks for a different way of living. But we will keep our feet on the ground. The body is real. You may need treatment. You may need tests. You may need physical therapy. You may need rest, water, better food, better sleep, and real medical help. This message is not against that. This message is about adding meaning, not removing care. Now, let's return to the core idea in a simple sentence. Sometimes the body speaks when the soul has been ignored. Think about how a smoke alarm works. It is loud because it must be. It is not trying to torture you. It is trying to save you. Pain can act like that. It can be a smoke alarm for misalignment. Misalignment can look like living for everyone else while leaving yourself out. Misalignment can look like smiling while you are hurting inside. Misalignment can look like holding anger in your muscles for years. Misalignment can look like carrying guilt like a heavy stone. Misalignment can look like staying in a life that does not fit your spirit because you are afraid to change. When you live like that for a long time, something has to give. Sometimes the heart gives first. Sometimes the mind does. Sometimes the body does that. So what do you do when pain feels like it has a spiritual message? First, you do not panic. Panic makes everything tighter. Second, you do not blame yourself. Blame is not healing. Third, you begin listening in a calm way. Listening does not mean you stop living. It means you start asking better questions. Here is a gentle practice. Treat your pain like a messenger, not a monster. You can say, I hear you. I do not like you. But I will listen to what you are trying to show me. Now let's walk through the 3 archetypes again, but this time as healing paths. If your pain is a mirror, your path is awareness and change. A mirror pain asks, what pattern am I repeating? If you are always overgiving, the body may be begging you to learn boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with locks. They let love in, but they keep you from being drained. If you keep swallowing truth, the body may be begging you to express. Expression does not have to be loud. It can be quiet and clear. It can be one honest sentence. If you carry everyone, the body may be begging you to put something down. You do not have to carry what is not yours. You do not have to be the hero every day. You can be human. So pick one small action to break the pattern. 1, not 10. One small step is still a step. If your pain is rebalancing, your path is learning. And humility, rebalancing pain asks, what is life trying to teach me about the heart? Maybe you are being taught patience. Maybe you are being taught gentleness. Maybe you are being taught that worth is not earned by pushing. Maybe you are being taught to let other people help you. This kind of pain can be hard because it changes your pace, it changes your plans, it changes your identity. You may miss who you used to be, but sometimes the deeper question is not, how do I go back? It is, who am I becoming now? You may be becoming softer, wiser, more honest, more present, more compassionate. These are not small gifts. If your pain is initiation, your path is surrender and spiritual practice. Initiation pain asks, what deeper life is opening for me? Sometimes pain pushes you into prayer that is real, not perfect words, just truth. Help me, guide me, hold me, teach me how to forgive. Teach me how to rest. Sometimes pain pushes you into forgiveness, not because what happened was okay, but because carrying hatred burns the carrier first. Sometimes pain pushes you into a new way of living. Less noise, more meaning. Less rushing, more presence. Less pretending, more truth. Now I want to speak to the spiritually sensitive viewer, the one who has always felt different, the one who feels things deeply, the one who often feels misunderstood. If that is you, your sensitivity may not be a flaw, it may be a tool, a gift, a sign that you are meant to live with depth. But sensitivity without boundaries can become suffering. Sensitivity without rest can become illness. Sensitivity without truth can become tension in the body. So the soul may use pain to teach the sensitive person how to live in the world without being crushed by it. Now we return to the phrase we promised. Karma is meeting self. This means your life is not only about what happens to you. It is also about what you carry within you. It is about old patterns meeting the present moment. It is about unfinished lessons asking to be finished. And here is the hopeful part. When the lesson is integrated, the body does not have to shout as loudly. This is not a guarantee that pain will vanish overnight. It is a promise that understanding can change your relationship to pain. And when fear drops, the body often softens. When guilt releases, the body often softens. When grief is honored, the body often softens. When truth is spoken, the body often softens. So let's make the closing message very clear and very gentle. Pain is not proof you are broken. Sometimes pain is proof your soul has not given up on you. Your soul may be saying, I want you back. I want you whole. I want you aligned. Now before we end, we will bring it home with a final reflection and a call to action that fits this calm, serious space. Take a slow breath with me, just for a moment. Not a big breath, just a gentle one. Let your shoulders drop a little if they can. Let your jaw soften if it can. Let your body know you are not fighting it right now. Now I want to speak to the part of you that is tired of being brave. Many people watching this have carried pain for a long time. Not only body pain, but heart pain, grief, loss, illness, loneliness, emotional exhaustion. The kind of tired that sleep does not fix. If you are that person, this message is not asking you to pretend pain is good. It is not asking you to smile through suffering. It is not asking you to force meaning on something that feels unfair. It is offering a different frame. Pain can be a messenger, and you can learn its language without worshiping it. So here is the closing revelation in the same slow, serious pacing. Your soul already knows what your pain is trying to heal. Sometimes the pain is trying to heal an old fear that kept you small. Sometimes it is trying to heal an old grief that you never let move. Sometimes it is trying to heal an old vow like, I must do everything alone. Sometimes it is trying to heal a pattern like overgiving, people-pleasing, or self-neglect. Sometimes it is trying to heal a heart that forgot it deserves gentleness. And sometimes, yes, It is trying to heal ancient karma, meaning unfinished balance. Not punishment, balance, because karma is meeting self. That phrase is simple, but it is deep. It means you are meeting your own inner history. You are meeting what you carried forward. You are meeting what your soul came here to transform. And transformation is not quick. It is slow. It is step by step. It is like learning to walk again. But inside dot, so what can you do next, in a practical way, without making medical claims? Here are the 6 decoder questions again, but this time we will turn them into a calm plan. You do not need to do all of this today. Pick 1 question per day, or 1 per week. First question: when did this pain begin, and what changed around? That time? Think like a detective, not a judge. Did it start after a loss? After moving? After caring for someone? After a season of stress? After a relationship shift? After you began holding in something big? Second question: what emotion do I avoid feeling? Many people avoid anger because they fear it will make them bad. Many people avoid sadness because they fear it will never end. Many people avoid fear because they think fear means weakness. But emotions are like weather. They move when you let them move. Third question: what truth do I avoid saying? This is not about harsh words. It is about honest words. Sometimes the truth is, I need help. Sometimes the truth is, I can't keep doing this. Sometimes the truth is, that hurt me. Sometimes the truth is, I need rest. Sometimes the truth is, I need a boundary. Fourth question: who do I need to forgive, including myself? Forgiveness does not mean you agree with what happened. It means you stop feeding the wound with hate. It means you choose peace for your own nervous system. And self-forgiveness matters, because many people carry shame for things they did when they were trying to survive. Fifth question: what pattern keeps repeating? Do you keep ending up drained? Do you keep ending up alone in your problems? Do you keep ending up with people who take too much? Do you keep ending up ignoring your own needs until your body forces you to stop? Patterns are not proof you are doomed. Patterns are proof there is a lesson trying to complete. Sixth question: if my pain had a message, what would it beg me to stop doing? Stop abandoning yourself? Stop rushing past your feelings? Stop saying yes when your soul says no? Stop carrying everyone? Stop living in constant tension? Stop waiting for permission to rest? Now here is a gentle safety reminder. Again, you can decode spiritual meaning and still take the physical roots seriously. Please do both. If you need care, get care. If you need support, ask for it. You are not meant to do this alone. Now we close the circle with the final callback. Just like the plot promised, not all pain is karma. But some pain is the soul meeting itself. Your soul already knows what your pain is trying to heal, because karma is meeting self. And when the lesson is integrated, the body does not have to shout. So here is the last sticky line to carry with you. Pain is not proof you're broken. Sometimes it's proof your soul hasn't given up on you. If this message reached you in a real way, leave a comment with one word. Listen. Not to argue, not to debate, not to prove anything, just as a quiet promise to yourself. I will listen to what my soul is trying to heal. And if you want to take one small step right now, choose one of these simple actions. Write one honest sentence in a notebook. Take a 5-minute walk and breathe slowly. Drink a glass of water like it is care. Text someone safe and say, I'm not okay and I need support. Sit quietly and let one feeling be felt. Say a simple prayer in your own words. Small steps create new ripples, new karma, new balance, new life. You do not have to heal all at once. You do not have to be perfect. You only have to be willing.